Hey guys, Thursday, March 17, 2016. I'm gonna go straight into the trade setups that we could have looked at using my the indicator that I use. So during the Globex session, we had an uptrend move, broke out a profile, touched profile, and then continued up from there. So the first trade you could have taken was that retracement, Fibonacci dot, and then push up from there. So you break out a profile, and that's what we use in our system. Now it didn't hold. We had some resistance up here, and then came back inside. And oh, by the way, we shifted over to the May contracts already. It's kind of split still between April and May, but we went ahead and trade over to the May contracts. So once we had a shift in the bias to the downside, we were just looking for another retracement and Fibonacci dot. We found one down here actually after it consolidated for quite a while here. So we had that resistance, and eventually we set that resistance, and then a move down with the shift as far as sellers kind of coming into the market using our market delta, which we use as our internals, I guess you can say, for all the buying and selling. So now we saw that there was a shift to the downside, and we were going to take that sell. And then we saw some support. Obviously the overall context is from yesterday after oil inventory is to the upside, so we were careful on the support as we were coming down. And then once we found support, we had to change our bias again once it came inside profile, and we could have taken this right here too, because it shifted back inside profile, right? We saw the bias move to the upside, and then had a Fibonacci retracement, and gave us actually two different opportunities. If we would have got stopped out on one, all the way back up to the high volume area right here, which was our resistance area. So right now, the market just opened up a couple of minutes ago, but we were showing a lot of hesitation right around here because I noticed if you try to trade right before the session opens up in the stock market, oil may or may not move the way you want it to. So if you missed the opportunities prior to that, you might have a little headache here. But basically, we need to break out of this resistance, right? Once we break out a profile, then we look for that retest, and then we can go from there. I mean, taking this right here inside a profile is probably not the best idea. And then just looking at the chart here, that trade, I guess we want to talk about right here. The first trade over here was, we had the uptrend, came back down, broke out finally, and then you see at the top right here where it lines up. Let me zoom in here, where you have the top right here, high value area, right? Came back inside, saw some sell off initially, and then broke up to the upside very strong. Then we finally got a retracement down to this level, right, at the 4084 high value area. Came back as low as the 4080, so about 4 ticks from there, and then shot up at that point to the upside. And that was our trade that we were setting up right here. And then once it came back inside, and then we had to take that short here after it consolidated in this area, and you can see that there was consolidation here, and then once it kind of came into that area, and we see a nice short, like long sell off, that could have been another short as well in the 4050s, which you see here, right? Because then it finally breaks outside of profile or to the downside, low volume area. Then it comes up for the Fibonacci retracement, and then that was another short as well. So that was a couple 20-30 ticks that you could have got out of that. Then we found some support in this area, broke below this low here, but did not continue, and then completely reversed, came back inside profile, and we were able to take that signal here all the way up to the other side, which was a nice trade. And then, like I said, we're back in that inflection point of resistance. And as futures traders, I mean, we should be done right now. At this point, if you didn't take this trade here, right, to the upside. Didn't take this trade here, shorting. Didn't take this trade here, coming back inside. And we had 3 different opportunities and multiple entries to do it. Now you're just going to be at the mercy of the chop that may be influenced by the stock market, right, from the indexes. So futures trades, we want to be done in and out of the market before 9 a.m. Hopefully 9:30 at this point, 9:37 at this point. But that's why we're futures traders and not stock traders, right? Hopefully you guys were able to get something out of that analysis. Again, if you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know. And let's just keep rolling with this, guys. And I mean, you guys can even see yesterday, once I got out of that trade, the market moved up pretty quickly after the news came out, right? So unfortunately, I didn't stay in the trade. I got in and out once it broke out of here and made my ticks, and then left the market. Didn't have to wait all day for that. But if you did, you still would have looked at support areas to buy in. And unfortunately, I don't have the actual chart to show me exactly, because the profile adjusted for the new day. But and all this right here finally came out. I think somewhere around here was probably the buy signal probably came in, because you had that sideways up and down, and then finally breaking out of there, came back in to the top of that area. Probably would have held this. If you would have held this, you would have made it all the way up to the $41 that you saw today. So maybe the long-term chart. Let me see the longer. Yeah, here you go. So I took the trade somewhere probably down here. Where is it? Let me see. 37, 38. Okay. I would have taken. Maybe I took this one here. Either way, once you see it kind of move up, chop around, and then break out again, it had another signal here in the 39, 31, 39, 30, 29 area, and that a monster move to the upside. So alright, guys, that's all I have today, and we'll just keep doing this. If you guys have any questions and comments, like I said, let me know. Keep coming, and let's learn together some more. Let's see. Yeah, right now we can see that resistance area is holding pretty strong. So, like, if it's inside profile like this, you could be waiting for a very long time, and it's just not worth taking. Now, what we could do is we could see this thing come down, break at that 40.62 area here, and if it moves down sharp enough and breaks below all this, where it kind of chopped up, came down, and then broke out. If this does not hold as support like it's doing right now, you could see this thing come back up inside profile, and then we could actually end up shorting this market, because the context right now is just pretty much sideways. So we could go either way. But again, look out for that resistance up here. If you're able to take that, once it breaks out later during the day, if you're trading, you could look and see for a breakout retest off of that as well. But one thing to kind of note though is either way, overall context is bullish, so you have a high probability chance of this thing breaking out and moving even higher. But if it does come back down and breaks below here, then because we have this consolidation, sideways movement, no direction at this point, and it's going to happen after you have a strong bullish day like we had yesterday. Then you gotta kind of look at the support levels. So obviously this is your first one right here, and then your next consolidation area down to these levels here. So, and anyone obviously that was caught short after the news came out are losing a lot of money. So you gotta look at those levels that as it comes back down, they probably will bounce. So with that said, I'll close the video out, and we'll talk soon. All right, guys.